If you're anything like me, then you'll be slightly obsessed with watching other people's watch collection videos. I enjoy seeing other people's preferences and how they approach watch collecting, as a large part of watch collecting is subjectiveness. What makes a good watch for one person doesn't necessarily make it good for another. So I'm going to run through with you my watch collection. I'll tell you what I like and what I don't like about each watch, without going into too much detail. I'll also explain to you how I use each watch and in what circumstances. The rule that I had originally for watch collecting was if the box is full, which is the 6 in total, then no more watches. However, I have adapted that a little bit recently. So now it's a full box plus one on the wrist. As you can see, I'm missing one for the wrist. So it's my excuse to buy another watch, so I'll probably be buying one excuse me, in the not too near future. So going from top left to bottom right, top left being the watch that I've had the longest, bottom right most recent. As you can see, the two most recent watches are actually on bracelet. Previously I preferred leather, canvas and kind of military style straps. Never been the biggest fan of bracelet, however buying this GMT Grand Seiko has converted me, and I'm more interested in buying bracelet watches in the future. So, first watch here is the Seiko Presage Japanese Zen Garden. This is a JDM watch that I had imported from Japan. Things that I like about this watch, if you see, if I get close enough, you can just about see the concentric circles, which is meant to look like a raked Zen garden in Japan. I think that's really nice, as is the cream dial in the hands. There's tons of like polishing and glistening on this one, so it really catches the light on the dial. The case polishing, it's definitely the best out of all the watches that I have. Very, very nice. I do like the open heart. I know most people seem to hate that, but I am a fan. I tend to wear this watch to work. It was my initial work watch, but I've switched to the GMT watches that I have because they're more helpful at work. This watch has a watch gecko strap on. The strap that it came with really didn't like. It was pretty poor quality, and the clasp dug into my hand. So this watch gecko padded brown leather strap really does suit the watch and is much, much better. It does have an open case back. It's not a huge amount to look at here. The Seiko movement isn't all that nice, but overall still really like this watch. Definitely get my use out of it. So moving on to the next is the Oris Divers 65 Carl Brashear limited edition watch. This was my first, I would say, proper luxury watch. What I like about this one is the bronze case. I really like bronze. I love the way it patinas. It's not for everyone, but I do like it. I'd say that the patina has probably gone almost to the point that it's going to get to, so I might actually take it back, clean it up and then start the process again. I like that it makes the watch feel unique to you depending on what you're doing and your experiences. Something else that I really do like is that double domed sapphire crystal. That's amazing. It's the nicest crystal that I have on a watch. I really like the dial. The dial is nice. It does catch the light. The gilt gold finishings catches the light nicely in certain situations. You probably can't see it here, but it is really nice. I like the size of the crown. It's got a nice big crown. I like the 401 movement, which lasts for 5 days. It's Oris's relatively new in-house movement, which is great. The Erica's original strap is the most comfortable strap I've ever worn. Highly suggest trying one or buying one. They are quite expensive, and they're more expensive than the cheap paratrooper versions that you get, but the quality difference is massive. The cheaper versions get quite scratchy and aren't very comfortable after a period of time. This one is absolutely brilliant. So, tons to like about that one. Next is my Hamilton chronograph, the Intra-Matic. Things I like about this: I like the actuation and the movement. Very satisfying click. Yeah, it's obviously out there. Never mind. I like the value. I don't mind the way that it feels on the wrist. Some people can feel the rotor movement. I can too, but it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I really like the polishing. I think the polishing is done really nicely, and the size of the crown is good too. I like the Milanese strap that this came on. I think it's really nice, but sometimes I like to wear it on a racing leather strap too, so I swap between them. What I don't like is the thickness, which has been referenced pretty much everywhere. It is quite thick. I can just about get away with it. The lug to lug is about 50mm, which again I can just about get away with, but any more, that's going to be too much. I call this my house watch because I don't wear it out very often. I tend to time things around the house. It's a shame. If it was slimmer, I might wear it more often. I am considering moving this one on. I've been looking at a Speedmaster Racing, so keen to get another racing chronograph, so this might go in the future. Really like the Panda and inverse Panda style dials too. Next is the Oris Pro Pilot GMT. This is the Reno 57th limited edition version. Really like how the case wears. It is a 41mm dial and a 48 lug to lug, but it wears really nice on my wrist. I love the fact that it's got a GMT movement, which, like I said, works really well at work for me. I tend to wear this on the dress down days because it's a little bit more of a casual watch. Like the dial, like the hands, love the strap. The clasp, in my perspective, is absolutely brilliant. Been looking at the bronze version maybe for the Brashear that I have, and buying that separately. As always with Oris's limited edition, really nice finishing and engraving on the case back. Really good size crown. So much to like about this watch. I do love it. Things I don't like, so the date kind of circle around the middle, you can just about see the blue there, which is on 28. In daylight and usually out and about, that is not legible whatsoever. So I don't really like that. I like the way that it looks though. I wouldn't say that the dial's over busy. It's kind of in the right proportions, although I've heard people say that too. So I really like this watch, get tons of use out of it. I can see it staying in the collection. So moving on to the final two. The first one is the Grand Seiko GMT. It's the SBG N001 9F Quartz watch. I won't say too much about this other than what I like and don't like, because you will find an absolute ton of content about this one out there. It's been reviewed and profiled absolutely loads on YouTube. I wear this watch every single day without fail. I wear it to work. I sometimes wear it at home. As you can see, the dial and the indices glisten in the light. The finishing on this is so much better than anything else that I've showed you or in my collection. It's got a nice bit of polishing down the side. As you know, it looks a little bit like the Explorer 2. Maybe they were inspired by that. But yet again, wasn't Rolex inspired by the Glycine Airman watch. So watch manufacturers take inspiration from all over, so I wouldn't say it's a direct copy. What I like about this, I love the finishing and the dial. I love the way that the bracelet fits and sits. It's super comfortable. The actuation is so nice, really comfortable. I like the blue GMT hand. I like the numbers around the side. The accuracy obviously is absolutely brilliant. I can just pick it up and go. This is probably my favourite watch out of the bunch. Yeah, a huge amount to like about that. If you want to see a really good review that goes into all the details and stuff, then Barker and Jack, or Adrian Barker, does a good one. You'll also find a lot of others out there as well. And then finally, which is my most recent version, which I did a video on of an unboxing and overview recently, which is the Christoper Ward C65 Sandhurst Series 2. So I've been wearing this for the past few days, and I have to say that I'm still really liking it. What I like about this watch in particular, so I really like the field watch style dial, which is homage to a Smith's watch W10, which is a wartime watch. I do like the case finishing, although I'm still not entirely sure it suits a field watch, because there's a fair amount of polishing here. There's kind of lines that run down everywhere. I would have preferred brushed. That was my opinion in the unboxing video, and it hasn't really changed. I like the bracelet. The bracelet is quality. It's well made. I like the fact that it's got tons of micro adjust, so you can get a nice fit. However, wearing it for extended periods, this clasp has been causing me some discomfort and digging in. I've tried it on various kind of adjustments and it always seems to end in the same way. But as you can see, one of the things that I don't like is that big clasp, which is exactly the same length as the watch, and in certain positions when you're bending your wrist, that does become quite uncomfortable. Really like the engraving on the back. I can see myself using this as an everyday beta watch. It's probably going to get a fair amount of abuse, but I'm going to try and keep it for as nice as long as possible. So yeah, not too much more to say about that one. I do like the size as well. I find that 38-39mm, which is the Christoper Ward is 38 and the Grand Seiko is a 39, is the perfect size watch for me. I can kind of go up to 40, 41, but it's that kind of 39, which is, in my opinion, the sweet spot for my size of wrist. So, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and also let me know in the comments which is your favourite watch from my collection. I am interested to know what people think about these watches and what you would have within your collection. My channel is a hybrid of watch content and also a restoration of an 80s Porsche 911 and a Volkswagen Corrado. So if you're interested in any of those things, then please subscribe. I'll be doing regular videos on all of them and showing you my progress with those cars. Thanks very much, and ciao for now.